This is the card design feature. This tutorial is for the card design feature on the FoldMyCard.net digital business card platform. To create your card images, first click Card Design, and you have three options. Option number one is to upload an image. Option number two is to select from the templates that we provide. And option number three is to create your own card design from scratch. First option is upload an image. So what we're going to do is first click use an image. Then you need to decide whether you want a single-sided or double-sided. Single-sided if your card images of your pre-existing card has only one side printed and the other one is blank, or use the double-sided image, double-sided if your paper card already has an image on the front or image on the back. Also take note that the image clicks, the only option that you have is call, text, or email. Call, text, or email. So two of those functions can be available on the front of your card. So you need to select the double image. So we're going to select double-sided, and then you're going to need to choose between landscape and portrait. In this example, I'm going to use landscape. Landscape means the images will be horizontal. Portrait means that the image space will be vertical. So first we're going to go landscape. And then we're going to do card front. As you see, I'm going to select card front. I'm going to click open. And then with this platform, you can move it anywhere within the grid. This option here rotates it to any way that you want. This option here scales it. You want it small or bigger. This option here rotates it on the x-axis, and this rotates it on the y-axis. But if you want to go back and you want to revert back to start over and revert back to the original version you uploaded, click reset. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag it down a little bit. Actually, it's already the right size. Excuse me. So I'm just going to click OK. Now, landscape again, because my next image is landscape. So I'm going to select the card back. Then we're going to click OK, because I already know this is right where I want it to be. Those images are updated, been created successfully. Click OK. And here they are here. Then you go to the next step and finish setting up your card by activating turning blue all of your links and then changing the information. Again, that's another tutorial, card profile layout. Go to card profile layout to get direction on how to activate your links on the front of your card. But we're going to go back to card design. Click use an image again. We're going to do double-sided, but this time we're going to do portrait. Click inside here. Card front. This time, this is the card top right here. So what you're going to have to do, depending on the image that you have, how you upload it, you have to rotate it. Use the grid if you need to make it line up. Put it at 90 degrees. And I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. This is as far as it'll go. So you have to be conscious of the file size, the way that you make your file. Also understand that this is the card top. This is the card top right here. So you have to make sure it's pointed to the top. This is the card top of your card. And when you got it the way you want it, we're gonna say okay. Now we're going to do portrait again. I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. I'm going to center it a little bit. And remember, this is always your card top. Make sure the top of your image, when you want it to be the top, always have it going to the top to the left. Say okay. Click OK. As you can see, now your card is vertical. What I'll do is save layout, say OK. And if I go to my digital card, refresh, and now it's vertical. Use the template option on the card design feature of your ForMyCard.net digital business card. First, we're going to do, we're going to select the template, and you have to pick which one of these templates that you want to use. Now, if you want to utilize your portrait in your design, then you click this. Or if you want something generic and you just want to enter in your information and replace your company, the company logo with our logo, then you come select it from here. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the short portrait template, and we're going to edit in simple form. Now, each of these layers at the bottom here corresponds with what's going on inside of the layout. So if you want to change the company name here, first name here, surname here, position here, the numbers here, business website, email address, all that information will be entered in here in each of the layers. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace the information. So when we render it, all this information will be populated with the information that we enter in here below. So first, we're going to start out with customer name, then job position, company name, website, email address, we're going to upload a picture, we're going to add a work number, we're going to leave that blank. Need that gray copy. If you wanted to enter in an image at the bottom here, that's what that's for. I'm going to do it just so you see an example, or you can leave it gray, leave it blank. And here's the company logo. And we're going to do the same for the back. So we're going to put remember, you can come in here and change colors. You can use a hexadecimal color if you want to. i.e. Or you can choose any colors that's in the in this color spectrum. I know it may not look pretty, but this is for the example. And then we're gonna save the card. Now it's been template been rendered. I'm going to card profile layout. And as you can see, all that information is entered in. Go back to our card, hit refresh, and now you see it here. Now we're going to go back to card design, select the template, system templates. And now we're going to do the editing in Designer. Let's choose another one. So if I wanted to change certain aspects of it, if I want to do this in Designer, open up a tab, see where it says first name, surname. Open up text content. First I want to decrease that size a little bit so I can see. If I want to make it a little bit bigger, come to text size, just that. Letter spacing, just that. If I had a couple of lines of text, I can select line spacing. I can line it right, center, right. Let me select it. Or, well, let me bring it back so you can see it. If I want to make it bold, or I can make it light, or regular. Job title, same thing. There's some other properties. If I want to change that without using the font, I can do that. Okay, now I'm gonna deselect. Now to change my email phone, test content, delete this. I can click right here and get that information that's already been added to my account. These blue bubbles are the information that already is added in your account. If you want to do, it's a quick reference way to get the information. Instead of typing it all in, you just click this and it'll autofill. If I wanted to change this image, if I don't like that, say for instance I want to use that image, I could change that there. Or I can use this image. If you don't like it because we can't go back, what we may have to do is, I'm just going to delete that object. Go to the back. Use that logo. We're going to click Save Design. Card has been saved successfully. And now you have your images when you edit in Designer. The template edited in Designer. Our design is create your own. So we're going to select create your own. And this is the previous image that we already had on our card. So what we're going to do is each of these, let me explain the layers. This function here flips the card front and back. This resets the view. This puts it at 0.5, half ratio, quarter ratio, full ratio, 1.5 times big, and 2 times big. But depending on how you have your desktop configured, most of the time that when you have this tab open, and this is the inspector, your layers, it's best to have it at 0.5 so you can see, and you can just pull it over so you can have room. Want a little bit bigger, 0.75. So now what we're going to do is, I'm going to explain the layers. This is the layers. Each design element is on one set of layers. And if you move, when I select it, but use this tool with the color bubble that says what type of layer it is. If I move it on top of this, it's on top of that because it's the first thing on the layer. If I move job title, actually EPF won't work. It will be below my image. Select phone again, pull it down, like so. Those are the layers. Now in settings, this is the card front. You can select if you want it to be landscape or portrait. You can have it at 400 pixels. And the perspective origin is set at 50-50. Now card reverse, that means your back image. If you want your back image to be portrait, you can make it portrait. So if I flip it over, it's portrait. We'll keep it landscape. That's your settings. This right here, if you want to turn off the back, that means only the front side is available. If I turn it on, that means I have a front and back image. Those are my settings. Now let's talk about the layers. You have the option to recreate the layers that you can add to your design. And I'm going to explain how the functions of each layer. So when I go back to layers, let's see if I want to add a layer and add a picture. This image object 8. I can rename it. Hit return, open. Then I have to click image source. Use an image. And now what I can do is, now I can resize it. So if I want to make it larger, I have to select it. If I want to move it, make it larger, place it anywhere that I want it to go. Or if I want to rotate it, utilize that. Rotate it on the x-axis, I can do that. On the y-axis, I can do that. Flip it around, reverse it. Just move the position on the x-axis. Move it on the y-axis. Or move it on the z-axis. Or you do have the option to change it here. You can move it around here. If I want to make it wider or make it taller. I even can make it transparent by changing the opacity. Or if I want to make a drop shadow, I can add a drop shadow. Or if I want to make it a blur, these are the functions of the picture layer. Now if I want to add another layer, block layer, move it down here. Change the color. Use this, or I can copy and paste a hexadecimal color. Make it larger. It's all the same function, just on the other layer, you can do it here too. With this border properties, if I wanted to, and border thickness, well, let me go back and make that a little bit larger. Dash, solid, groove, inset, dotted, or none. And I can round it off. I want to make the border radius a little bit round, then I can do that. If I wanted to put an image inside of my square, like so, put it in there. I can either cover the image, or I can have it contain. I can have them to the left. I can have it centered, or right to the bottom. Or I can repeat them. There's no repeat, that means it's single. I can repeat it on my x-axis. I can repeat it on my y-axis. And so you can better see that. Okay. Or if I just don't like it, I can just throw it in the trash can and get rid of it. Now the text layer, if I want to add another line of text, all I have to do is just open up the text layer. Let's name it slogan. Open it up. Text properties. Let's say I may want that a little bit big. I can space it out if I wanted to. Again, center right, left, just like any Word document. Text style, normal italic. Text weight, I can make it bold. Just like on the picture above, I want to create a shadow for it in any color. I can select that. Or change my text. Text content. If I want to get rid of that, or if I want to utilize what I already have, just go to Object Context, click on in the middle, and it'll delete it. Say OK. Upload select image, and we're going to select this image, and there it is. Or if I don't like that, I can just hit delete and get rid of it. So now all the elements that are in my design, all I do is just select it, move it around. Actually, I'm going to resize that a little bit. And then I'm going to center it. Drag it right here. Select email, phone. I'm going to center that too. we're going to flip it over. We may want to change that design. Flip it back over. And hit save. Now you see your card has been rendered successfully. And here is the design. Now for any time that you do anything, whether it be in Designer or using a template, you can go back to card history. And this is the main design, the previous design that we started out with. But before we do that, let's look at our card. All you have to do every time you do a design change, hit refresh. As you can see it here. Go back. If I come back here, click OK. This is the original design that we had on the card right here. Let me click Save Design. Your card has been created successfully. And here it is. Now all I have to do is click here, hit refresh. And now we're back to the original design. This concludes the card design portion of the For My Card digital business card platform.